Okay, we're gonna start with the warm-up. You all know the drill. 6 minutes up on your feet. Oh, I'm the headless fitness instructor again. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so starting up on your feet, 6 minutes. We're going to start with a squat, jump, lunge. So you can start with your feet together, hands on your hips if you'd like. Jump wide, squat, jump together, jump forward, lunge, jump together, and then you would switch legs. If you don't want to jump, it's totally cool to step it out, step it in, step it forward, lunge, step it back in, and then switch to the other side, and so on, okay? Ready? And go. If you're jumping, jump wide for your squat, jump forward, back for lunge, switch other side, and then repeat. You can go as low as you'd like in your squat and in your lunges. Up to you. Take it low if you need. Or keep it up a little bit higher. And that's time. Next, we're doing a lifted lunge. I'm working a little bit more on balance today. So I'm going to balance on one leg, lift right leg up, out to the side, around and back. Then I'm going to slide back for a lunge, slide it back in, switch to the other side. Ready, and go. So lift as high as you can, as high as you're comfortable. Doesn't have to be very high. Just working that balance, and then you're going to slide it back for a high lunge. Then slide in, repeat other leg. Try to find that turnout action through the hip. And try to keep your standing legs straight. Don't let that knee bend. And that time, we're going to do pistol squats. One leg up, squatting down on the standing leg. At the 30-second mark, we're going to switch. So 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the other. So keep these kind of tight and quick. You can lift up that free leg as high as you'd like. And that's halfway switch. Try to keep the hips squared. Try not to hike up that free hip. And that's time. Same exercise as last week. Hands behind the head. I'm going to lift up one knee, opposite elbow to knee, because we're really working balance today. And then I'm going to switch to the other side and go. Hands stay stacked, opposite elbow to knee, and switch. one's tricky. Try to keep those eyes open. Helps you maintain balance. And really squeeze through those low abs. This one has different challenges. If you go fast, it's challenging, but it is also challenging if you slow it down. That's time. Last two exercises. We're gonna be in our wide second position. First one, we're gonna bounce and point, okay? You know the drill. Bounce, point, knees are going out to the side. I'm gonna keep my rib cage in. And you can squat down as low as you're comfortable and keep the legs as wide as you can. So my torso is just staying still on top of the hips. And I'm really feeling the knees track out to the side and then really practicing that point through the ankle. When I sink down in the knees, I'm trying not to feel tension. It's almost like a release, and then I tense up when I point. And that's time. So now I'm gonna lift up one heel and I'm gonna bounce for 30 seconds. Really trying to feel the belly tucking under, so don't hold onto the hip flexors. Release the hip flexors and really feel glutes work. And switch sides. Feel that tucking under. Find your turnout. Turnout starts from the back. It starts from the hips. Try to sink it a bit lower if you can, but don't lose the form. I find the more I find that tuck, the easier it is, the less I feel it in the hip flexors. If I'm tipping my pelvis forward, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on the hips. And that's time. Hopefully you're warm. We're gonna get down on the floor. First exercise of the day is the roll up. I think you guys all know it. I'll show you anyways. I was gonna say we could just go right in and I'll show you. So laying flat on your back, hands up above the head. I'm gonna lift up, squeezing through the core, reach past the toes, and then it's all about that roll down as I curve through the spine. To lower back down, you're gonna do as many as you can in 40, go. Exhale up. And hopefully every time you reach, you can reach just a little bit further. Little bit further past those toes. Last one. And roll it all the way down. All right, hands at your side. We're gonna corkscrew next. Piking in, hips over to one arm, pike in, hips over to the next. Ready, and go. Find that pike, work the obliques. You can rest your head if you'd like. This one's all in the twist, all in that hip lift up. If you'd like to add a bit of a challenge, keep the head and neck up, but relax the shoulders. And that's time. Hands stacked behind the head. I'm going to bend my knees 90-degree angle, and I'm going to tap the toes. Ready? Go. So keeping the low abs engaged, belly button to the spine. Try not to let the belly puff up. Really control, relax the hip flexors. And that's time. Last, you're gonna be on your side body. You can be up on the forearm or on the hand if you'd like. I'm gonna lift my legs up off the ground, one arm up overhead, and I'm gonna touch elbow to knee. So my legs are hovering. I'm on my elbow or my hand. Obliques are working. Ready, go. Arm up above the head, elbow to knee. Question. You didn't. So we're still in the first sequence, just finishing. You can totally pop in. Find that crunch. If this is hurting your pelvis, feel free to put something cushiony underneath. I know those bones digging into the ground don't feel nice. Curve your mat up, curl your mat up, or grab a sweater or pillow. Last one. And that's time. Back to the beginning. We're at our roll up. Ready? Lay flat and go. Curve the back. Really feel the abs work there. And feel the abs lift. Nice deep breath. Exhale on the way down.
At Speedy Glass, we know it doesn't take much to chip a windshield. If not taken care of right away, any impact could cause a chipped windshield to crash. At Speedy Glass, we repair your windshield using our cutting-edge technology, so you're always ready to take on the road safely. Book an appointment today.
Last one. Try to keep those knees straight. Really find your curve. And that's time. Corkscrew next. Hands down by your side. Ready, go. Try to walk those hands out a bit so you have space to move the hips around. Feel free to rest the head and neck. Or crunch up, relaxing the shoulders, but lifting up your head. And that's time. Toe taps next, 90 degrees in the knees. Time is ticking. Hands stacked behind the head. Tap one toe, then the other. This one, it seems really easy. You're like, oh, I'm just moving my legs. But it's very focused. Really squeezing through the core the whole time. You can actually really feel those hip flexors release. Shouldn't feel any tension there. The tension should be on your core. If you find it difficult to differentiate, I find that sometimes the hip flexors just really want to take over. Try to really focus your attention. So there's a lot of mindfulness here, thinking about the core. And that's time. Switching to the other side for your obliques. On the elbow, if you were on the elbow on the other side, lift those hips, ready, go. Hand up above the head, elbow to knee.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was in. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now
This one's pretty straightforward. You should be feeling the burn. Last one. And that's time. Grab a drink of water. First set done. Second set. All right, second set. We're doing a double crunch, hands stacked behind the head, laying on your back. 90 degrees in the knees, head is down. I'm gonna lift up, head and hips, touch the elbows to the knees and lower. Ready, go. Find that crunch, find that fold. You're gonna be using a little bit of momentum, but I really want you to feel the action here. Increase tension in the core. Try not to whip your neck either. Don't want to do that. And that's time. Next exercise, you can place your feet on the floor. We're going to do a crunch and then a double crunch back to the hands behind the head and then lower. So it's like a crunch, try to crunch even further, hands up off of the back of the head, come back to the hands back of the head, then lower down. All right, and go. So head down, crunch up, another crunch up, hands back, down. Crunch, crunch, and down. So when you do that second crunch, you actually should be lifting off, even if it's just another centimeter off the floor. Last one. All right, next we're doing Y scale kicks. You can be on your side body, legs at a 45 degree. And I'm gonna try to keep my hips, so when I open up my leg to kick, I'm not like, do you see how my hips are opening here? I wanna keep my hips down and lift up the leg. So I don't wanna lift the hip, I wanna keep the hips stacked and I'm just kicking my leg up, okay? So don't cheat here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be kicking up, nice and controlled, turn out through that hip, and I'm really trying to push the hips down. Try to keep that bottom leg glued to the floor. This one's all about control. Try not to stick the ribs out. So usually I keep my free hand right in front so that it's a reminder not to puff my chest forward. Last one. Awesome. We're gonna come up on the bum for your last exercise. You're gonna be on your forearms, legs flat out. I'm gonna tuck them into my chest. I'm gonna push up to my hands and my legs up. Then I'm gonna lower back to my forearms, straighten the legs back out, okay? Ready? And go. Forearms. Knees up. Press to a V. Lowering back down, come back to your tuck and lower. This one's tricky. Tuck, press, back to the bull, back to the elbows, and lower. Last one. All right, back to the beginning. Double crunch. Ready? Hands stacked behind the head. And go. Elbows to knees. Deep breath and exhale as you lift up the hips, as you lift up the head. Low back press into the floor. And that's time. Next one, we're doing the crunch up, feet down. We're ready and go. Hands stack behind the head. Lift, double lift, hands back and down. Top abs should be burning here. Almost there. That's time. Y scale kicks next. Switching to the other side, of course. So on your side body, laying all the way down, 45-degree angle in the hips. Keep the ribs in. Ready. Go. Keep those hips down. Turn out through the top hip. Really lifting up. Really controlling that hip. Again, trying not to find that open hip. Trying to really think about pressing the hips down and lifting. Last one. All right, last exercise on your forearms. Ready? Go. Legs flat out. Curve them in. Pressing up straight. Coming back down. Legs flat out. Deep breath. Exhale. Legs in. Deep breath. Exhale. Press up. Coming back down on the elbows. Lower down. Repeat. Last one. That's time. You made it. You finished both sequences. You did a fantastic job. Grab a drink of water. You earned it. More than earned it. Okay. Ready for plank? 2 minutes on your hands or on your forearms, whatever works for you. Give everyone a minute. You're about ready. Okay. Clock is on. Hands spread out, fingertips spread out, pressing the heels back. I want you to check in with every part of your body. Feet hip distance apart is usually wise. You don't have to bring the feet together. Hands should be right underneath the shoulders. You're going to squeeze the bum. So don't let your bum just hang out loose, and you don't want to be piking through the hips. I'm obviously exaggerating, but some people will totally try to arch their back in a plank. So really feel the hips pressing down. We're already at 30 seconds. I want you to feel nice and solid in your position, okay? Just breathe. Nice deep breaths in, nice deep breaths out. If you need a break, drop a knee. Breathe, try to go back up, okay? We're already at 50 seconds. Trying to distract you. We're halfway. We're at the minute mark. You're doing great. 105. 110. Good job. Keep it going. 120. 130. 30 seconds left. That's it. You got this. 135. 140. 15 seconds. 150. 155. And time. You made it to 2 minutes. Drop those knees. Sit back on the hips. Take a breather. You can give those wrists a nice little shake if you were up on the hands. Whatever time you made it up to, I'm proud of you just for showing up. All right, let's take a moment and stretch out those shoulders. One arm across the chest, reaching for the opposite wall. Try to elongate through the back side, around the back of your arm. And switch. And let's do triceps. One arm up over the head, reaching for the same shoulder. Grab the elbow, pull back, because we did quite a bit of pushing in that plank in our forearm positions. Triceps do work quite a bit. And let's release, opposite side. So you're reaching same hand towards the shoulder, not towards the center of your back. And let's release. We're going to do one position to open up the hip flexors and abs. If you have bad knees, or just sensitive knees, I don't think my knees are bad necessarily, but they don't always like being pressed into hardwood floor. So up on your knees, I'm going to squeeze the glutes. I'm going to press my hips forward. I'm already starting to feel myself open through the front side of my body. Keep pressing as you reach back for your heels. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, pressing through the hips, drop the head back, open up the chest. And then to come up, I want you to really push through the glutes, pushing the hips forward to release and sit up nice and tall. You can have a seat back on your mat. Good job, you made it. Class is done. Hope you're feeling nice and good. Everyone did fantastic. Thanks so much for coming and doing some core with me. Celine, you made it.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Have a great